The top richest NBA players of all time. Basketball players are no exception to the fact that sports pay highly. A career in the NBA can provide a high pay each season, as well as several endorsements, celebrity appearances, and a strong fan base. Many NBA players who succeed at their skill go on to make money in other aspects of their lives, such as opening restaurants, acting in movies, or creating businesses. Hey everyone, welcome to Maatins Vids. In today's video, we're going to go over the top 10 richest NBA players of all time. So without further ado, let's dig right into it. Number 10. Kevin Garnett. Net worth $120 million. Kevin Garnett made history when the Minnesota Timberwolves selected him straight out of high school. He was the first player ever picked that high up on the draft board out of high school, and he is one of the richest basketball players in NBA history. On and off the court, he's achieved a lot, including MVP awards, an Olympic gold medal, a championship win, and a lengthy list of other things. During the 1997 season, he signed a 6-year, $126 million contract. Other than that, he earns $10 million per year in endorsement fees from firms that pay him to put his face on their goods. Number 9. Gary Payton. Net worth $130 million. Gary, the Glove, is a professional former basketball player. Payton's professional basketball career began in 1990 when he was selected second overall in the first round of the NBA draft. He'd gone to college and played basketball for Oregon State University, where he'd risen to become one of the best players in the school's history. After being picked by the Seattle Supersonics, he went on to have one of the most successful basketball careers in history, earning millions of dollars. It has been nearly 2 decades since he began playing basketball, and he is the only recipient of the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award, who has also played the position of point guard. Number 8. Tim Duncan. Net worth $150 million. When you consider that Tim Duncan did not even begin playing basketball until he was a freshman in high school, it is very motivating to see him included on this list. He had been a competitive swimmer up until that moment. He continued to play basketball throughout high school, honing his abilities, and eventually went on to play basketball for Wake Forest University. The San Antonio Spurs selected him as the first overall choice in the 1997 NBA Draft. He was named MVP in 2001, 2002, and he went on to play for the United States basketball team, which went 10-1 and qualified for the Olympics in 2002. Keep in mind that he is widely regarded as the best power forward in history, the most important fundamental. Number 7. Grant Hill. Net worth $250 million. He is one of the most well-known basketball players in history, as well as one of the richest players in the history of the NBA. Despite the fact that he is no longer working, he continues to generate a substantial income through endorsements and business enterprises. When he was a member of the Duke University basketball team in North Carolina, he won 2 NCAA titles and competed in the 1996 Summer Olympics. He announced his retirement from basketball at the conclusion of the 2013 season, but he continues to earn a substantial amount of money from endorsements. He is married with 2 children, and he's relishing his newfound freedom. If it hadn't been for injuries that derailed his career, Hill might have been hailed one of the best ever. Number 6. Hakeem Olajuwon. Net worth $300 million. Hakeem Olajuwon, also known as The Dream, is a former professional basketball player. It's been 20 years since he retired, but he is still one of the richest NBA players ever. During the early 1980s, he played college basketball for the University of Houston, where he helped his team reach the NCAA Final Four and March Madness 3 years in a row. When he was 15, he stood 6 feet 9 inches tall and was destined to play basketball. He was born in Nigeria, but he established his name in the NBA as a member of the Houston Rockets. He has a number of endorsements that bring in millions of dollars each year. He is regarded as one of the best centers in history. The Dream has a fantastic stroke and a plethora of low post movements. Number 5. Vinnie Johnson. Net worth $400 million. Vinnie Johnson, like Grant Hill, was not only less famous, but also received an average NBA salary for the majority of his NBA career. If you were a basketball fan in the 1990s, you will remember Vinnie Johnson as the Sixth Man of the Year and his role to the Detroit Pistons championship-winning season. Vinnie Johnson earned only $5 million during his 14-year NBA career, which is a fraction in comparison to the total earnings of other rich NBA players. In 1995, Vinnie Johnson chose to start his own automobile company, the Piston Group, after quitting the game. Vinnie Johnson eventually began to make a genuine fortune with the Piston gang, as his company took off right away. In just a few years, the Piston Group had become the primary supplier for a number of large organizations, including GM Motor, Ford, and other well-known vehicle manufacturers. Currently, the corporation generates approximately $2 billion each year. Number 4. Shaquille ONeal. Net worth $400 million. Shaq is one of the most well-known basketball players in history. He has been retired since 2011, yet he continues to earn tens of millions of dollars every year in endorsements, which include sports goods and automobiles. He has had cameo appearances in films and advertisements, and he even represented the United States of America in the 1996 Summer Olympics in basketball. He no longer participates in the sport, but he can be seen frequently on sports networks commentating on it, and he appears on a variety of talk shows and news programs to discuss it. His wage these days comes from sponsorships. Although he made about $300 million during his NBA career as one of the most dominant centers of all time, winning numerous championships and the NBA's most valuable player title. Number 3. Magic Johnson. Net worth $600 million. Worth around $600 million, Magic Johnson is one of the richest players ever to play for the NBA, as well as one of the most famous to ever play for the NBA. He earned his nickname after a stellar season at the age of 15, when he played ball in high school and turned down offers for some of the biggest colleges in the country to play ball close to home at Michigan State University. He played in one of the biggest basketball rivalries of all time, against Larry Bird and the Indiana State University basketball team in the 1979 NCAA Final. It was the most watched basketball game ever on television. He then went on to win multiple championships with the Lakers, MVP awards, and will go down as one of the best point guards to ever play the game. Number 2. LeBron James. Net worth approximately $850 million. LeBron James, one of the greatest NBA players of all time, made history by being the NBA's highest-earning player for the 7th consecutive season. The majority of LeBron James's annual earnings come from his multiplicity of deals, endorsements, and investments rather than his performance on the basketball court. Aside from his hefty NBA contract, LeBron James earns a substantial amount of money from his investments through his firm, Fenway Corporation. The Fenway Sports Group owns shares and investments in a variety of teams and clubs around the world, including the English Premier League's Liverpool, the Red Sox, and Rush Fenway. LeBron James is one of the NBA's most marketable NBA players. Presently has sponsorship and endorsement with a variety of well-known brands, including Blaze Pizza, Nike, Pepsi, and GMC. During his 18-year career, James has earned more than $1 billion, including nearly $400 million in pay and more than $600 million in off-court profits. But he is not a billionaire. Forbes estimates James's net worth to be around $850 million, after accounting for taxes, spending, and investment returns. Number 1. Michael Jordon. Net worth $1.6 billion. Michael Jordan has the highest net worth of any NBA player in history, with a $1.6 billion fortune. It also helps that he is one of the most well-known players in the world and is widely regarded as the best player of all time. His career as a professional basketballer came to an end back in 2003, but that doesn't mean he hasn't continued to bring in a large sum of money each year. It is estimated that he earns roughly $100 million per year from endorsements, of which he has enough despite the fact that he has not played professionally since retiring. Back in 2014, he passed the $1 billion milestone after growing his ownership in the Charlotte Bobcats, now Hornets, to over 90%, putting him over the top of the Forbes billionaire list. Which is your favorite NBA player of all time? Please let us know in the comment section below. Hope you liked this video. If so, then hit the like button. Also, subscribe to Maatins Vids and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching.